The University of Louisville.
Oh, gosh. Oh, my gosh. They are a little busy.
So they're
Good
pretty
evening,
busy.
everyone, and welcome to the Lebanon Board of Park Commissioners. I'd like to call the meeting to order and let the record show that all members are present except Karen Galvin. And if everyone's had a chance to look at the minutes, I'd entertain a motion to approve the minutes from the September meeting.
I move that we approve the minutes for the September meeting.
Okay, I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carried. Is there any old business to come before the board this evening? Don, no?
No,
Okay, new business?
nothing.
Don, okay. Have we ever brought up, John, that the park is involved with the grant for the bike park? Just so the board knows.
For the Stone Eater Bike Park?
Yeah,
Yeah, no, there's no grant money there yet. Kevin
Okay.
Krulik is working on that project. Obviously, it's out at the landfill, the closed landfill that the city owns, north on Old 52 by Trophy Club Golf Course. He's looking into, I think you might have seen a promotion out there of what's we're hoping happens, but there's a lot of funding to be discussed, and that'll be discussed here in the near future, in the next couple weeks, and then also he's looking for any donations that he can get out there to help get it off the ground. But it's, yeah.
but
it's
the park is involved when we go. We are in the process working with them. And
Yes.
when more information comes, you'll let us know, but just to,
I will. Right now, I really haven't been included in
Right.
a lot, and we're going to have a discussion with the city council on the 15th of October with Kevin Krulik and the council to discuss. That's one of the agenda items that we will be discussing.
okay.
Yes.
I thought I'd just bring that up. I know
Because
there's.
it will take the Parks Department to help maintain it. There's no doubt about that. I'm sure
Right,
that will
which-
fall in our laps, no doubt.
Yeah, and that's something else,
Yeah.
when all this comes together, we need to
And
discuss
that's,
too.
I think that's what our discussion's going to be on the 15th, one of the many that we have on the agenda for the 15th.
Is that a regular council meeting on?
No,
the-
that's going to be a special session, and, yeah, we're going to talk quite a few different projects that the park board will list, which I'll give you at a later date here, probably later in the week, kind of rank which projects we want to go forward with. There's a little bit of money in food and beverage. I think they're discussing on what projects they'd like to accomplish and go forward with and move, and that is what the October 15th meeting's about.
Okay. When do they need that list? Because October 15th is next week.
Yeah, it's next week.
Okay. So you're prioritizing, I mean, you have a project
Yeah, we're
list.
pretty much going by the master plan and what we, I think Diane and you and Lori and John were at the last one last year, I believe we were. And we discussed all the list and pretty much circling back around and discussing those issues and just seeing if we can knock off a couple projects. We've
Okay.
accomplished quite a bit in the last year,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think. We all agree to
Definitely.
that. And, yeah, we're going to try and knock off a few more.
Okay. Okay. Next on the agenda is the director's report. So, John?
There we go, do all the talking, here we go. The Seashore Water Park and Splash Pad are now closed for the season. Both have been winterized and are ready for the next season. Contractors are going to be coming out, painting the slides and features, and the vessel also. The maintenance crew will be replacing the facade in the back of the pool house. What the painting entails is not only the painting of the slides themselves, but also repairing steps that have been worn, starting to see quite a bit of wear on them, caulking of all the slides, and pretty much going over. It's the people that we purchased the structures from to beginning 8 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's Splashtacular. I believe they're out west, Colorado. I think they are coming in. anyway, they're going to go over it with a fine-tooth comb and kind of help us with any liability issues or anything like that and get us back up to par. The vessel painting, we painted that, if you recall, $62,000 2 years ago. I want to give credit where credit's due. Lori Frost, our pool manager, we just weren't happy with it, along with our superintendent, Billy Smith. We looked at it. Lori went ahead and moved forward and contacted the company that did the work and said we aren't pleased. Even though there's 1 year guarantee, and this is the second year that we had, just weren't pleased with it. We met with them, had a conversation about the displeasure that we had with the quality of work, and they are just responded today and said they will be out, and if not this fall and the spring, they'll at least do one vessel and repaint it at no charge to us. So
Good.
I want to give credit to Lori Frost. She's done a great job of following up on that and moving forward, along with our superintendent, Billy Smith. It's just really nice to have such a good, hard-working crew, and it's nice that they hold their word. We have nice, reputable companies that we work with, and they stand by their work. So it's
What
really
what wasn't good about it, or what?
Excuse me?
Can you tell me what was not good about it, or what?
Yeah, they put, what is it, 36,000 pounds of pressure or something ridiculous. Yeah, power washing. And it overlapped, and there were swirl marks in it, and it really came noticeable this year. And we really haven't had that many people in compared to the past years, because obviously COVID has stopped as many people as we could have. So it wasn't from wear and tear on all of us. So brought them out. They brought 3 people from their company with the owner, and we sat down and discussed it, followed up with them. Lori did yesterday, and they said, yes, we're responsible. They said to start budgeting in the next couple of years to do this again. They said every 2 to 3 years you should expect this. Our last one, if you notice, lasted 5 years. So there again, we've never done any paint ourselves. We might do that in-house if we can learn from what they're doing. But we'll see. It is quite an investment, but we have a quality there that we want to keep going, so we're going to paint the slides, have them come out, another company. Just wanted to, there again, it's really good that these people are holding up to their word. Concrete, we've been doing a lot of concrete over the last 3 weeks. If you've noticed, concrete paths, walkways from State Road 39 or Lebanon Street all the way to East Street. So that would go, east on Camp, back north on Ulen, all the way to East Street. Those have all been repaired. I think a total of 20 yards of concrete, 25 yards of concrete have been done. We did that in-house, and it looks really nice. If the weather holds, we'll try and move forward from East Street to Ulen. That will take care of all our walkways. They aren't that bad, but we can't take any chance, any trip hazards out there. There again, the maintenance crew's done an outstanding job, saved us a bunch of money by doing that in-house. We've ordered 3 dog park features with the money raised from the Girl Scouts, along with money from our non-reverting dog park fund. I was talking to John Lastly earlier, and I think we both have the same ideas on that. These girls did an outstanding job, just a real tough time to raise monies. They also brought a nice apple pie that didn't last very long at the park office with a nice note. They did a lot of hard work there, and hopefully they can keep coming back. We did get 3 pieces of equipment for the dog park ordered, so those will be in directly. Whenever it comes in, we'll get those installed. We'll try and get a picture of the girls out there, try and put something out on social media to recognize their hard work. RC course at Abner Longley Park has been very popular and active lately. There again, he would like to expand a little bit further back. He's having quite a bit of interest. I think they have a group that comes out every Saturday at 11, along with I don't know how many individuals during the week that we see out there. A lot of kids and fathers out there, which is really cool. I think in his presentation to the board, he actually said that, and it's coming true. But if we were planning on just moving that on back a little bit, it's empty space. He isn't going to cut down any trees or anything. So with your permission, we'll go forward with that and let him extend it. Done a real nice job of maintaining. A little bit of vandalism that he's had, stealing plants and stealing rocks, but he's rolling with the punches as we all do at the park. And it's a shame. We've got a little bit of camera action going down there, so hopefully we'll get those rotten people to quit doing that. But anyway, we'll extend that. Also, the conservation and Hot Pond have also been very popular. Conservation Club and Hot Pond have been very popular this summer. Want to do another shout out to retired Fire Chief Ted Caldwell. He's opening that and closing it, really looking out. He's real frustrated with the cigarette butts, and there again with people leaving trash. Aren't we all? I mean, we really are. You guys put a smoking ban on there, just hard to enforce, unfortunately. We are telling them, but people, if you're out there, please just be respectful and pick up after yourselves. That's at any park that we have. Reese Park is very busy with Boys and Girls Club soccer now. Youth football has finished up their regular season down at Abner. However, they're practicing and doing a travel team. They are doing quite a bit of fundraising. They're going to take, I think they have 2 or 3 games, and I think they're going to travel to Tennessee, and they're trying to raise funds to help them do that. I think there's some fundraiser at one of the restaurants around where you can do 10% of it goes there. I'm not sure which one, but I think my wife told me that. I just never listened to her. The log doctors from Tennessee came out and loved our cabin. They were going up to South Bend from Tennessee. They stopped in. The guy fell in love with our cabin. Billy and I, the superintendent, were very concerned about the structure and the foundation. We had a win in my take because the foundation, this guy fell in love with it, wanted to take it back with him.
So he's going to do it for free?
But yeah, no, he,
No, he
as
didn't
far
love
as
it that
that,
much.
I was looking at $100,000 to $200,000, foundation work, as it looks like. He said that thing's going to be there long after we're gone and on. There is some work to be done on the sills and such, but we'll get other prices for that. He wants to put a bid in, but he's fine if he doesn't get it. At least he gave us a lot of good guidance, and he's done a lot of log cabin work. I think some of the TV shows around, he's been part of that too. But really nice older gentleman that really knew his stuff and was thrilled with the way it looked. So that was a big win for us. I was real concerned for safety. The new rope climbing feature is now installed and becoming very, very popular at Memorial Park. Kids or adults, I've seen everybody on it. So finally we're in the, we're up with the other parks that have that feature. We got a great deal on it, and as far as that, really thrilled that we got that installed and everybody can enjoy it now in this nice weather. We're finishing our fall cleanup downtown. Gene Haas, the Gene Haas Vincennes out there in the business park, and also Memorial Park. You'll be seeing us cut all these perennials down and clipping them up. There again, we have Oktoberfest coming up this weekend, so we want it looking pretty down there. We do spend quite a bit of time, three days at least down there, picking up cigarette butts and all that. We finally ordered some cigarette butt canisters to try and slow the cigarette butts down. It's just real frustrating. That's about all we get done down there is picking up trash. But there again, people could just help us with that. We'd surely appreciate it. Due to the very dry fall, we're holding off on planting any memorial trees. There again, it's just too dry, and I'm just afraid to plant them, and then we'd have to be replacing in the spring. So if we get some nice moisture and cooler temps, maybe we can do it. I'll probably lean on John Lastly to tell me thumbs up, let's go for it. But right now, we just can't do it. We have a pickleball tournament coming up this Saturday, October 10th, starting at 9 a.m. So far, we have 23 teams signed up. Very looking forward to a great day of pickleball. It's supposed to be beautiful, thank goodness. There again, then we have Oktoberfest, and I think we have 25 tables we're bringing up there and helping them out with that this weekend. Pumpkins in the Park, excuse me, Pumpkins in the Park will be held this Saturday, or 2 Saturdays, a week from this Saturday on October 24th from 11 to 2. Come out to Memorial Park for hay rides, s'mores, pumpkin painting, kettle corn, and hot cider. And I believe we're looking at pumpkin bowling, something out there. It ought to be fun. I think a couple of you helped out, Shirley and Lori, last year. Appreciate your help.
It was a great event.
Yeah, if you get a chance, masks are required if you can't social distance. So that we've talked to the health board, and that's one of their requirements. We're under the 500 limit, so we can do this event. Everything that we do, we try and do through the CDC and also the health department. We want to get everybody's thumbs up before we do anything. Last but not least, I'm going to show you where we are looking at lighting. We did get the lighting bid in on the, thanks to the utilities supporting all the engineering payment for that. But it'll probably be in 3 phases, but the first phase will probably go,
Wait a
let's
minute,
see.
John, they don't have it up. Now
They don't have it up yet?
Now
There
they
they
do.
go. I don't know if you can see that or if this one would be better. I'll do, that's a Google Earth. I think this one might be better. I kind of yellow. As you can see, it goes, basically all your walking trail is what we're going to try and light up with walking lights, and then the next will light up the parking lots and some of the roads. But the first phase would be the lighting of all that. There again, I'll know more after the 15th if we find the funding to do this. It's quite a bit of money, but I just wanted you to be aware that that was our #1 project that you all had discussed, and we're going to move forward with that.
Good.
Do you have phase 1 numbers?
No, I do not. They're breaking it down because the total number was pretty steep, and we're breaking it down in different numbers. What we're going with is the galvanized, or I don't even know what kind it's called. It's not the aluminum cast, but the black lighting posts that will match downtown. We aren't going to light it up like downtown. It's going to be a nice, comfortable, but we have so many people that approach us about not feeling safe in the park that we thought we would, I think that's what your thoughts were, that we would move forward
Yeah,
on
we've
that.
been looking at this for some time, especially along the
Yeah,
golf
Lori was
course.
in on those conversations
Yeah.
too, on a couple meetings, and letting what the park board feelings were on lighting and security and safety. So we'll start there, and that'll help.
John, as I was looking at that drawing you had up there, you're talking about the yellow lines or the areas that you're thinking of lighting, right? Am I understanding correctly?
Yeah, the outside.
Excuse me, yeah. Basically, it's all the walking trail all the way around.
The reason why I'm asking is there's an area that is near the gazebo where that rock is.
Yes.
Next to the road. That part, if you're.
Dark.
It is terrible
Yes, it
right
is.
there. That, I mean, I have really good lights on my bike, but it is very difficult to see the pavement where it stops and starts because there's nothing lighting that area up.
No, it is, the whole park is really dark, even where we have the lighting along the trail at Ulen too. That's dark back in there, but
But I didn't
That-
see lighting near that area unless I misunderstood.
I'll see if we can't do something too
Yeah,
in-house,
that would
maybe
be in
to light
another
something up
phase.
around there. We might be able to do something, pull it off that gazebo and put a light there. That might be.
That's a real dangerous spot.
Okay, okay. That's good to know. There, yeah, that's just one of the things that hopefully we'll be moving forward to sooner than later. Last but not least, I left the 2020 Seashore Water Park Revenue Report so you could have comparatives to last year. I think we had an outstanding year with what all we had to deal with.
Yeah.
I think there again, hats off to all the staff at the pool. Yeah, they've just done an outstanding job, but those numbers are unbelievable. If we had pool passes, we're almost up to the numbers from last year. It's just incredible. I don't know, as half capacity, not starting till June 14th, a lot less days. Unfortunately, we didn't open up Labor Day weekend due to the COVID. There were some high school kids that came down with COVID, and it was just best. Plus, we didn't have the staff, quite frankly.
Right.
A lot of them were quarantined, and we weren't about to take any chances. We've had a great, successful summer and a safe summer, so we did not open that weekend. Otherwise, I'd have been in you know, a Speedo along with a lot of you, because I've been calling you to come. And you can't do that because we aren't certified, so there you go. That was a big one, huh? There you go. Everybody's laughing at that one, there we go. Anyway, we've done an outstanding job. It's great to have Taylor back. I get to see baby pictures every now and then, but Allison did an outstanding job while she was gone. Everybody did. Everybody stepped it up, and just can't say enough about the park staff and maintenance crew. You know, Billy and Caleb complement each other so well down there, along with the guys who are working really hard and saving us a lot of money. We've stretched that dollar bill a long way, and I think we ought to all be proud of the job that they've done. So that's it, and I will keep you informed as much as I can on the upcoming projects to let you guys get your input on those.
Have you had any feedback about the new restrooms being open now?
You know, they're used frequently. I heard probably 2 or 3 a week. Yeah, they are. They really like them, and they're nice. They're just, when are they going to get vandalized? We did replace, I guess there was a post about our old restrooms and a door being off in third world country or something like that.
Oh, I saw that.
And they said to put plywood up. You put plywood up, you get splinters, or it gets torched. They'll set it afire, which has been happened already this year. You put curtains up, those get torched. They were on order. They came in. Of course, the clips to hold them on didn't come in. We had to wait another month and a half on that. They finally came in. As soon as they came in, Billy's on it. Him and his crew put them up in a day flat. So, you know, it is what it is. A lot of these things we're ordering. We don't keep $700 doors sitting around. They'd probably be damaged before they got out there. So it is what it is. We're trying to catch the vandals that are doing things, but we do the best we can. And I don't think a lot of people know the vandalism because we're on it that quick. And we take pride. I think if you can go to any of our restrooms and see how clean they are. Take pride in it. And there again, can't say enough about the staff, how lucky we are to have guys that are passionate about what they do. So,
One thing I was thinking, John, if we could, just to promote the youth and what they've done for things for the park, the young man that did the bicycle
oh
stand.
yeah, I should say that.
Yeah.
Anson Perry came in today, and there again, did an outstanding job.
Yeah.
Put a bike repair station not only at our trailhead but the one in Whitestown.
Yeah.
There last week, came and put dog stations like he said he would. Had enough leftover money from his fundraising that he got a metal bench. So we got to replace a bench out there and a metal bench, which is what we're going to, is the metal bench and the look we want. And yeah, he deserves that badge. He earned it, and he learned a lot. There again, had several Boy Scouts out putting that in, and we tried to put it on social media. But they learned a lot. Those kids learned how to use a little elbow grease. Some of them haven't even used a hammer before, so they learned how to use a hammer and a shovel and how to frame up some concrete, pour concrete, finish it, and install. So. Yeah, it's good. Anytime we can get any kids out there to help us out. We had Boy Scouts out last weekend at the Nature Center. There again, they're earning some badge time, and went ahead and spread, I don't know how many yards of mulch for us.
But it's things like that. I was wondering if we set in the next couple months, set aside a meeting where we recognize them, if they would like to come
yeah,
and
I could do
recognize.
that. That'd be
the
great.
young ladies on the dog part and the guys on the mulch, whoever you think.
Yeah.
I would just like to recognize.
Well, we had ARC all summer that, there again, they did a lot. They were cutting.
And you could include
Yeah,
them also.
yeah.
I mean, I just think it would be good for the public to see the young people that are helping out with the park and encourage more to do so. And even, I hope in the future we can work with Amy Hemmerly and her group.
Yes.
Yeah,
There again, they painted the bridge down there too. Yeah, they did
And
that.
have them come in. I mean,
Mural.
I just would like, I don't care if we fill the room or standing room. Well, no, not standing room because, I keep
It's just a
forgetting.
tough time. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah.
But
it's,
if
yeah.
we could, even if we did it at 2 different meetings, if you had that many people, I'd just like to recognize them. I mean, I think people don't realize how much the youth are doing. They just hear the bad. And
You're right.
I
No,
would
will.
like to recognize, because I know as a board, we appreciate what they do, and you also. So, and it
Yeah.
would be encouraging for other youth groups to do things.
Will do.
Okay.
Will do.
How are
Abs-
the murals doing? Are they staying?
So far, so good. Not, yeah.
Good?
Yes, that's,
Yeah.
hopefully they will. We have cameras on them, so if anything else, hopefully we'll catch if anybody does try to do anything, but we've been pretty fortunate so far.
Good.
John, I had a person contact me in regards to the horse and buggy thing that we have during Christmas. The
Yes.
Horse and carriage, I guess I should
Yeah,
say, is
yeah.
the correct term.
No, that's all right, I got you.
She was interested to see if the park board, and I basically told her the best thing to do obviously would be to come to a meeting to get put on and talk about it. She was interested in having that more often, like
Oh, I'd
on-
love to do
like
that.
on Valentine's Day, New Year's Day, or New Year's Eve, certain things like that. I didn't know if that was something that we could look into
Yeah.
to kind of see if, I mean, I don't know, cost-wise, does it,
No, I thought
Do
during
we come
Christmas
back-
too. No, I tried to work out a couple deals with some of the carriage companies where they would actually, hey, if they would show up at the log cabin, go around, look at the Christmas lights, and then I was gonna let them use the space, because I thought that'd be a great, let them keep the money. Obviously, they need liability insurance and all those things, but I thought it'd be great to have that. I
do you
think
think there would be any interest or?
a lot of those are booked and they go to Carmel, they go to, that's what I found out.
Hard
So
to
if you have a
find them, yeah.
contact, yeah, have
Yeah,
a
they're hard to
contact.
find.
Don't you remember me calling you begging?
Yeah.
Because it's like, yeah, one of the horses got loose and we were gonna have two carriages. We had to go down to one, and Lori's the horse whisperer, so I figured she'd know somebody to contact, and tried her contacts, and we couldn't get a carriage in there, but, because we could use two carriages during our Christmas in the cabin. And, yeah, if we could do that throughout, I think it'd be neat to, downtown's pretty cool with the tree and all that. I think it'd be real good.
She just thought other
Yeah.
than Christmas, I mean, Valentine's Day,
Yeah.
New Year's Eve, she gave me 2 or 3 different
I think-
holidays.
I
I
think it
wasn't
would
quite
be
sure that, I
She
wasn't
has
quite
a
sure that
company,
all
no,
of them
because they
needed,
do book up pretty quick.
They-
Groundhog Day.
Of course, ours are pretty much free events. You bring canned goods or whatever, so those, anytime you say free, we fill up pretty quick on
Yeah.
everything. But I thought if they
So
wanted to,
I'm sorry, we don't charge for that on?
$5 for adults is what we've done, and then canned goods for any others.
But
That's-
isn't it sponsored too?
Yeah, it's sponsored, and that's just to cover, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for the most part.
It's not really a moneymaker for
It
us.
is not a
But even if you
moneymaker.
could turn it over to them, for them to make the money,
Sure.
and we just
Yeah.
allow the space.
Normally, the
The big
sponsors-
problem is getting them.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was gonna say, because she made the comment, she goes, we go down to Indianapolis
Yeah.
4 or 5 times a year.
It's getting them to come in,
And-
because they go to Carmel. Carmel's the big one, and I think they have several. Indianapolis has a lot. And the one that we use is lucky to get her on book every year for the Christmas event. But no, I thought it'd be great to go down throughout the Christmas season, because it does look pretty. Everybody decorates, but yeah, we're open. If she has contacts, to have her contact Allison, because Allison's tried and
Yeah,
tried.
I don't think she has any contacts, I think she
Yeah.
was just trying to.
Yeah, that's the biggest obstacle, because it's such a liability for them with insurance and everything. It's hard to find people to do it.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So
They
would
have
they-
to have
would
liability
they-
insurance and all.
So if it was, correct me if I'm wrong, if it was if the park board would actually pay them, then it would be more our liability, is that?
No,
No,
they still
they
have to come up with their liability
with
insurance,
the-
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, anytime we do any event, if any outside vendor comes in, they have to have a $2 million liability now, so, and even some shelter rentals and things, or any events, any event, you have to have event insurance, even the 4th of July, the Battle of the Barbecue, all these have to have, yeah, even the runs we
Any more you
have.
do for anything, yeah.
Yes, yeah. That's the unfortunate part, but yeah, because there's been a couple, I think, that Lori had me contact that actually didn't have the insurance and looked into it, and it's so expensive. They said, nah, we'd have to charge so much per
Can't believe it
ride.
would be that expensive for that.
Oh, with the live animal, yeah. It's
Yeah.
expensive.
I know the one got
The
loose
animals in the
downtown
front,
and
not
hit cars.
The animals in the front, it'd be hard to.
I know, but in the front is a real scary, being in the back of a live animal is a very scary place to be if they decide they're going to go.
I don't know much about horses, so.
But yeah, we have good things on the horizon. We do have, already have bids in for asphalt. Another thing along the baseball diamond to extend that path and then put barricades up. A lot of this work might not be done till next year. Replacing the path along Ulen is asphalt. We're looking at parking lots. Yeah, different things like that. But we also have our pool expansion that we already have, don't have a contract signed or anything, looking for monies to pay for the pool expansion, things like that. All the boxes have been checked. Now we just have to find the money. Hopefully our conversation on the 15th will help us find some of the monies that we need.
Have you received estimates for that?
Yeah, I have actually engineering fees that what they'll charge to start forward, move forward. So, on a lot of projects. So, as soon as we can find the funding, we're good to go.
I have one other question. Have you made any progress with getting lap swimming resumed? Do you know where we
That's,
are with that?
Phil, I heard Allison on the phone twice today. I was in and out, making sure that the pool's open and finding lifeguards. I know that. And that lap swimming, hopefully we'll get it going again here soon. I know that we didn't do it for the longest time, but yeah, that'll save you from riding that 5:30 in the morning and hitting that rock out at the gazebo on it.
Hit that rock.
I was gonna say,
Oh,
yeah.
so you do
That's-
have lifeguards available?
We're working on them now, yeah, because all our lifeguards, I think you know, went
Yeah,
to college
graduated.
and it's real difficult. Yeah, I'm sure we have a couple guards that can step up to the plate. It's, if they can get out of bed at 5:30 in the morning and get there, but, yeah, hopefully they can. But I'll keep you, Allison was working on that again today, I heard.
Great.
Yeah.
Good.
One other thing, since Billy's here, I don't know, like Jessica's.
Yeah,
new,
you want to see Billy Smith, come on
We want
down.
to see Billy.
Yeah, Billy, come on. I'll introduce you to our, the guy that, he saved us a lot of money, but he also works harder than anybody in the park system.
Yes, he
Billy
does.
Smith, very good about everything he does and making sure, this guy's in the park 7 days a week. John, you're out all the time. You see him, he's always there. Doesn't turn in his hours, but there again, the flowers downtown, he went and got them because he didn't like, oh well.
I saw him.
Billy, introduce yourself. Tell me about you.
Great.
I'm Billy Smith. I think her husband knows me really well.
Yeah.
Randy.
Uh-huh,
I
yep,
graduated with Randy.
yep.
Yeah, I've
yep.
lived here.
Just a
most of
few
my
years
life.
ago, right?
Yeah, a couple years. No, I don't really have nothing to add or anything. I'd just like to let you know that we do have a group of about 100 people
Oh, yeah.
that go to the Arboretum, Ruth Brookshire Arboretum, once a month, and they're homeschooled kids that get together all the way from like Lafayette and Southern,
Wow,
and they get together to let their kids intermingle with other children.
that's really neat. Oh,
It's the second Friday of every month. They'll be up there this week.
oh, wow.
That is good.
I'm glad
Yeah,
somebody.
it was amazing when they all come flying in. We're mowing and they just come in. We're like, where are these people from? So,
That's
yeah,
good.
they got a big group together around here.
They met at the conservation club for a
That's
while.
good. That's good. I mean, it's such a beautiful park, but it's just an
It gets a
unknown.
lot more use from what you would think. We have a lot of hammockers out there that take their hammocks and put them up and take naps and stuff. And everything.
Really?
Yeah. And we have a couple that like to go over and get real close and look at the bees and everything too, but they use that to teach a little bit.
Billy is also the beekeeper.
The beekeeper.
He embarrasses me, I'm not.
Well, thank you and your
No, thank
crew.
you
Yeah, yep.
for giving me the opportunity.
It always looks great.
Yeah, it does. We appreciate all your
Thanks,
work
Billy.
and your crew.
Yeah, I came by there Sunday evening and there were people out there.
He does, no, he cuts himself short. He's the reason that it's looking so good and everybody, yeah, he has a good crew, but
I was gonna say, I've seen Billy multiple times walk and either going to the park or on a Saturday or a Sunday or driving and.
anytime,
Yeah,
yeah.
I have
Yeah.
also.
Yeah,
I've caught him.
and that's passion, that's that passion I'm telling you about, but it
Yeah.
starts at the top and that's why we're just really blessed.
We are.
He's third superintendent there, and, you know, I can't say enough about a couple others, but Billy is outstanding. Couldn't say enough about him, and very knowledgeable. To have a guy with his talents and skill set, we're real blessed.
And
Just to tell you.
very personal.
Yeah,
I
about
met,
that, yeah.
I was gonna say, I met
No, I'm
Billy out at the, out at Southside a while back. I mean, it's been over a year ago. And, I mean, he stood there and talked to me for 10, 15 minutes, so.
Just like me,
He's a
this
great guy.
report, he can talk forever about the parks, and he'll tell you about everything. He's on it all, so. And that's all I had.
Okay. Well, if there's nothing else, I guess we better pay the bills. Has everybody had a chance to look at the claims? If so, I'd entertain a motion to pay the claims.
So moved.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second?
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carried. Last thing on the agenda, if there's nothing else to come before the board, is a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Motion carried. Thank you for joining us this evening.